We're back. I'm just do a quick mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Good. Good. We just started the other side of the quest, so I'm just. So let's see, do we have enough? We do not have enough for a tentpole yet, which makes me sad.
Stay safe and healthy.
It's getting hot in here. Is that supposed to happen?
There's a group of people over there. Let's go listen in.
So I said, that's not a faucet. Hey, who are you two? Why'd you come over all of a sudden?
Hey, relax.
Oh, sorry for eavesdropping. Sounds like you were talking about...
Oh.
What's the matter? They're just looking to join in on our fun.
Hey, don't pretend like it's okay for them to just interrupt us like that. Yeah, fine.
You hear that, Quisto? What nice.
So I gotta get some air on my
Your
body.
expressions tell me you're looking to hear some juicy info, am I right?
Really?
You're kidding. How often does anyone get a personal tour led by His Grace himself? Practically everyone was talking about it. Word has it that you also...
A little mistake, huh? I like the way you put it. You see, people with a good attitude can join our group anytime. Unlike some of the others here.
I'm Quisto, and this is Lavaroon. People usually call us the Bombshell Bros, but don't worry. We're not playing with bombs or anything. It's just that our...
So, you two really...
No. You don't get it. Knowing intelligence will make things better for you here. For example, knowing who's working with whom. Who has the latest rumors, who's... Whoa, all this info's worth something.
I don't mind him. Quisto's always this way. The welfare meals. Talk about the welfare meals.
Right. That meal we had yesterday was super...
Is that so? To tell you the truth, I've been helping out with making those welfare meals. I've been working as a kitchen...
Oh, so you're the one who made those
You are correct. I am a true professional. In fact, I even went to culinary school. But enough about that.
Oh, this voice act did a great job portraying that ego. In fact, I went to culinary school. Yo, 5-star review for this voice actor. Holy shit, that was good.
Since you like my cooking, I guess that means we share... Listen, kids. The power structure within the fortress is quite complicated. The overworlders couldn't care less about us down here. We're basically... You've already met the one person here you should never cross. The Duke, Risley. He knows more than you think. And if he doesn't care about something, then he...
Those who have the Duke's attention get all kinds of special perks.
I know who you mean. It's that Jurier character, right? I don't think there's anything useful about him at all. Why does he visit the infirmary practically every day? Is it normal for anyone to be going in and out of there so often? If you ask me.
But did you know that Churia was a talented researcher?
I don't care if he was a researcher that could turn dirt into Mora. Once you're in the fortress of Meripede, you're just another... Speaking of which, the last time I saw him, he was passing by in the corridor with Lorvine. I also heard they started arguing in the library and got into a fight, right? Guess...
You mean he hit a woman? Wow, I never imagined he was that bad.
But that Lorvine's also quite the odd one, you know? She's always gabbing away, got into a fight with a man, and she also got sent to the infirmary. Come to think of it, I always see her going to the sick bay every couple of days, too.
Wait a second.
Yep. Do you think could it be that they're secretly meeting there to go on dates?
Ah, after all, I do remember seeing Lorvine beat Juria to a pulp that one time. And we might be overthinking things.
So sorry I was quiet there. It's just the doctor. Is that why?
People talking over there. Let's listen in on the conversation.
What if they're right? What if they are dating, and that's why the nurse leaves 1 hour before lunch every time? Is that the fact that she cares about this? Is that the fact of this and that? What if she's leaving an hour early from lunch just so those two can have their private time dating each other in the infirmary? That could be a good reason why she always steps out of her office. Nothing crazy. And that research book, maybe it belongs to the scientist, and he knew that he could, with that book, he could convince her to let them make out in the infirmary. Oh, that makes sense. Maybe.
If you ask me, those pompous parasites on the surface act like they're all a bunch of aristocrats.
Hey, speak for yourself, mate. I'm no dog.
Oh, you think you're special or something? If you're here, then you're just a convict like the rest of us. I've heard that even if you're released after serving your sentence, going back to life on the surface ain't any better. Once a criminal, always a criminal. We're marked for life.
Gotta shave soon. Especially for my church stuff this weekend. A lot of church stuff. Holy, whoa.
I don't buy that.
Hey, how cool would it be if the whole world was destroyed by a giant flood and everyone had to start over from nothing?
That's what I think. I think that's what he's doing. The fucking warden. He wants to make this world independent, and when that prophecy comes true, his ideal world of justice and order will survive. That's why I think it's happening.
What kind of filthy bilgewater are you spewing? I have family up there. You best shut. Listen, things ain't so great on the surface, but who says that you have to leave? I've heard that you can still stay here and work even after you've served your sentence. Not bad if you... Who wants to live in the ruddy overworld anyway?
And what makes you think they'd want to hire someone like you? That's one of the great
Whoa. Sounds like they're really unhappy. Speaking of which, Paimon never heard anyone use the words overworld or underworld when we were living up there. Is it only something the inmates down here say? That's true.
So there's some infighting. There's like a little, it's like a little hatred between the surface and these people out here.
Hey, you over there? Yeah, you. Say, do you like playing card games? You know, like Genius Invocation TCG?
You wanna get your ass beat?
You TCG players are like mint in the wild. Literally spread.
Hey, come on now. What's wrong with finding fellow Invocation aficionados? Anyway, alright. No pressure.
But why would you be looking for people to play Genius Invocation in a place like this?
Whether you're throwing down cards or throwing punches, it's all a competition, isn't it? There are lots of card players here in the fortress. When I saw you, I immediately thought, hey, even outsiders from other nations play cards. So I came over to say hi.
Oh, so I might have some matches down here too. When I actually saw, I haven't played TCG in a while. I gotta start playing TCG again. And then, cause you could like open your box to locate nearby players. It'd be really fun if there's some nearby players in here.
Sure.
Great! Since you've been here longer than us, you need to flex your seniority a little bit, right?
I thought you would have already heard everything by now.
Why don't you pick?
All right. Have you heard any strange rumors? Ben, did you know that there are some people who are always gossiping over in... Yeah, so you've already met those two. I heard that they used to be a chef and a bartender before they were sent down here. You know how bartenders are, always chatting with customers. And
Good to know. Do you have any...
let me think. Sounds like you want to hear some... Oh, did you know that the Duke was also a convict in the fortress of Meripede before?
Huh? Wait, are you serious?
That's right. The Duke was an inmate just like you and me. Seems he was exiled here for committing some crime. Who knows how he ended up rising up to become the warden, though. To go from an ordinary inmate to becoming the manager of the whole place? I'm not gonna lie, I kinda respect... A forbidden zone? Sounds like something that...
It's just a rumor we've been hearing, but no worries if you've never heard of it.
Anything else? Not that I can think of, but...
Okay, we've talked to just about everyone, and it's about time for us to go meet Linny. According to the card he left us, we should go meet him in the production zone.
What? Oh, can we not? Oh my fucking! Where's the elevator? Because clearly this shit's not playing nice for me. I still get set up. What the hell? Am I just stupid? Finally, God.
Huh? That look in your eyes. You found...
Hey, this is no time to be modest. Just tell him we found...
Oh, as Huh. I'd have never guessed that myself. The rumors swirling about this place are unreliable after... He is a harbinger after all. I suppose he's much more resourceful than I initially gave... Unfortunately, this isn't enough for our final report to Father. Father told me that even though Master Child said he was just coming to Fontaine for a vacation, he actually had some personal reasons. His agenda might be linked to his
His escape route is already flooded, so we'll have to task someone with professional diving skills to chase after him.
Yep.
Well, when you put it that way, it's
Bingo! Is he?
He's working today. Coming here as a group would have attracted too much attention. I'll talk to him about it later. It's the least I can do. We're all in the... Honestly, I'm far more impressed by you guys managing to collect...
Collecting information is...
Now, let me think. To find out more information, Fremine will have to reach... And if he's to do that, he'll have to set out on the next pipe cleaning day at the earliest. That's 6 days from now. And after that, he'll probably take another 2 or 3 days to...
You can even estimate how long it'll take for...
We've been working together for a long time. We know each other's capabilities like Traveler. What say you to meeting here 9 days from now? We'll be able to pick up Fremine while we're at it, too. Oh, and there's just one last... Though we can just sit back and wait for Fremine's report on Master Child's whereabouts, we still need to make more progress on the Fremine's no master of disguise. Lynette's still working on getting intel from the other areas, and I'll need to spend some time helping Fremine prepare for his diving mission. So...
What do you want us to do?
Well, I won't call it easy per se, but listen carefully. You'll need to find an excuse to get into the infirmary and investigate the room and environs. You've mentioned several sketchy-looking people always meeting at the infirmary earlier, so it probably has something to do with the secret we're hoping to uncover. You've already met the head. Investigate the internal structure of the infirmary and any active dealings with it. But also, there's no need to take risks. Don't forget, safety always comes first.
Oh, we know she takes an hour out of the thing, so we should skip work that day so we can just sneak into the infirmary while she's out doing her thing.
My apologies. I just started rambling out of...
But that's not a bad thing, right? All right, then we'll head out and...
Let's go our separate ways for now.
So we already know that she likes to hide. She likes to step out her infirmary every hour before lunch. So that's our key window.
Hey, stay here for now. Paimon will take a peek. There seem to be several people inside.
Right. I feel it's not impossible.
It's a bit hard to understand them from here, so...
We drank the potion? We drank the potion to get ourselves sick.
Please help! He's sick!
So we took the small little vial and we drank that shit. It was a failed thing of alchemy, so okay. What about the rotten meat? We're gonna use that as bait? Have we been giving tools for our own escape by breaking these hidden rules? Does breaking the hidden rules give you beads to escape? Is that something that he implemented, the warden? If you break these hidden rules, you get to escape, make a whole new life. The warden only elects people who challenges the rules, who challenges the order, who wants to live free from justice. Oh my god, that'd be cool.
Whoa, are you okay?
Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath before The traveler started complaining of a stomachache, and then nausea, and then collapsed on freezing limbs, twitching fingers, and pale complexion. Let me take a look. Please, lie down over here. Don't worry, I'll get you to the bed safely. Here, hold on to my shoulder and walk slowly. You can do it, traveler! Don't apologize. You're sick after all. Now, please relax. I'm just going to do a preliminary checkup on you.
We can blame it on the bad meat, I guess.
My checkup has confirmed that he's not in any mortal danger. Eh? Oh, that's good. I'll continue my diagnosis of the patient now. Like... Don't sense serious damage to your organs either. Does... And here? Huh? But based on my initial checkup... What about here? Does this hurt? Oh! I think you just ate something that disagreed with you. That's all. Nothing too serious. Outside of a pretty bad stomach... So that's what it is. And there have been other inmates complaining about the food recently. I'll inform our head chef, Mr. Wolsey. Congratulations! The health risk is incredibly low, so you should... Miss Levine, I'll have to trouble you to help me look after this new patient while I'm gone.
Very well.
And she hopped away, just like that.
Hello. So how are you feeling now?
His stomach ache's really bad. He was stumbling about the...
If Miss Sijuin says it's not a serious problem, then there's no need to worry.
But it also looks like she's the only medic you've...
Well...
What do you mean, that's true? That's really misrepresenting the situation. Of course I can't speak for the whole fortress, but it's not like everyone imprisoned here. Though they may have committed crimes and gotten locked up here as a result, they still know a thing or two about medicine, and they help Miss...
Yeah, you're right. But did you have to lecture me about it in front of another patient? Aren't you a patient too? Where did all your energy come from?
That's correct.
Are you two also...
We've been sick a while. I come back every once in a while for checkups, and to pick up the medicines Miss Sijuin prescribed. You could say she fancies herself as Miss Sijuin's capable help.
Please watch your mouth, Mr. Jurier. Don't forget that you are the...
Hey, don't start arguing now! Please, keep it civil out. Someday, so there's no need to argue.
Release. It's way too early for us to even think about that.
Please allow me to end this boring and useless conversation. Oh, and Mr. Jurier?
And same to you, Miss Lorvine. Anyway, that was more than enough rest for me, so I'm going to get out of this
He just slowly walked off like that?
That's just... I'm sorry you had to see all of that.
Sheesh.
I'm Lorvine.
You really...
I mean, can you blame me? Look, I'll accompany you two for a while. Miss Sijuin should... No.
I'm back! Did you rest like you promised?
Thank you for getting our medicine, Miss Sijuin.
Did you all cooperate with your bed rest? I trust that nobody got up to walk around. Good. Miss Levine, I left in a bit of a hurry just now. Do you still remember if we discussed the color of the pill that you should be taking today? Yellow, huh? I understand.
All right, then I'll also be on my way now. I hope you feel better soon.
See ya! I'm going to fill out your medical record now. You're widely known as the Traveler, right? Those two made quite the commotion just now, so why don't we let the Traveler rest? Paimon can answer the question. So his primary symptoms are Alright then. Is there anything we should know besides to take the med?
No, his base constitution is quite good, so I'm sure he'll recover quite quickly after taking the medicine. Please, make...
Got it. Paimon will hold the... Oh, you're going to take a nap already? We've been to lots of places together.
So you're the best of companions.
Ah, you're awake. How do you feel? You slept for a really long time, but
well, now you can go back without a worry in the world.
Thank you, Miss Sijuin.
That was weird.
Are something. To be able to fall asleep like that and even sleep talk the entire time, you scared Paimon half to death! No, but you kept mumbling things along the lines of, Pyron, don't... Paimon talked with Sijuin the entire time you were asleep. She seems like she's just a sincere nurse, and Paimon didn't notice... Whoa! You really are super thorough! All those tiny little
You got some major type skips, that's good. Oh yeah, okay, that was a huge nice thing skip. I'm guessing the next one is us trying to investigate Fontaine.
Today's the day! Let's go meet up with Vinny!
Something wrong?
Did you two run into any trouble over the past few days?
No, we just worked our shifts according to the schedule.
That's good. That means you didn't... We've taken a look at the slip you've sent. Fremine successfully left the grounds via the pipes 2 days ago. And as of last night, Lynette has also infiltrated the infirmary.
Wait, why is she getting
You already went above and beyond when you scoped out the infirmary. To put it more bluntly, even if we were to view that as something you did in exchange for infiltrating a guarded stronghold is a different kind. Lynette also felt like you have already taken the first step for us.
So that's what Lynette thinks. Oh, Paimon hopes everything's going well for her.
Perhaps that's true. You've mentioned before that you've had some run-ins with the Fatui.
Well, everyone could use some more friends.
Since I see you as friend, glad to hear. Then, let's go check on Lynette before Fremine returns. If everything went...
Is now really a good time?
According to my observations, Sijuin always spends around half an hour away from the infirmary right before lunch. Lynette knows this as well, so this should be a good... Also, I'm her brother, remember? It's only not...
Okay, then let's head over...
Lynette should be here right now. Huh. Strange.
As expected, Sigewin isn't here, but why isn't Lynette here?
No, Lynette rarely deviates from the plan. Unless...
Let's see if there are any clues around here. We can look up.
Okay.
Okay, that's better.
None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in.
That's the one Lynette must have used, right?
She would have said her migraine, which means either the head nurse didn't return the entire time from when Lynette laid down up until she left the bed, or...
There are some books here and a few files. Advanced nursing, how to raise the spirit of your patient. These sure are some interesting books. She even has books on understanding people's motivations and feelings.
Seems quite...
Okay. We have this thing to investigate.
Ah, this is it!
Wait, this thing? It doesn't look like it's been disguised that well. The space behind it is empty. From its size, I don't think it's an entrance that is meant to be taken apart. There's probably... Could Lynette have tried to get inside? But it... Let's look around here for some more clues. Don't...
Oh no.
Hey, you guys, there's a slip of paper.
A slip of paper?
It's right over here, and there's a bunch written on it too. It reads, out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece of paper or card as the medium to pass on my...
This is...
Is that all? The back.
Show me! Now!
That look on your face. Would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be right now? No. Could she have...
Writhsley. Did he deliberately leave?
Wait, you mean he was aware of our goals from the very beginning? But why?
Yes, that is a crucial question. Writhsley, you're not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nervulet, so you have no conflict of interest with Writhsley. We're a completely different story, though. I'd like to know that, too. Don't panic. Just think everything over. Wait, you're right. The fact that Fremine was able to leave the grounds could...
But what does he gain by letting Fremine leave like...
So he's challenging me and... We never should have sent out Fremine. We had to go through all that trouble to find an opening to sneak him around the guards and into the pipe, and we even thought luck was on our... If Writhsley let him leave on purpose, then he's...
Lenny's getting more and more panicked. We have to calm him down. Don't be like this, Lenny. Fremine wouldn't have left if we hadn't told you about Chad.
No. I'm the leader of this operation, and I'm...
Hey, don't be reckless! Traveler...
I simply cannot allow Lynette to be abducted. I have to go. I'll find a way...
Oh no.
He's rushed out the door! After him!
Here we go. She's smiling.
Right. I feel like we still have some room to make changes on these details.
It's not impossible, but it'll require...
Is that so? Huh?
Is someone?
Pack everything up. Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. They'll probably come.
So they do.
Please help!
So they do immediately that we were faking.
Whoa, are you okay?
These two. What a delightful turn of events. I like... Oh my! What's wrong, little one?
So she is
Being
evil.
able to read human expressions is quite...
Oh fuck, she's dangerous.
It's no use. We have to catch up to him.
So that bitch is evil. So she did make that motherfucker disappear.
Fast! Let's go head him off at Risley's office.
So she did make that guy disappear. What about Funtaco though? That's the thing that confuses me. Unless he was the masked wrestler. Unless that Funko thing was him as a masked wrestler. And so that's what made him have personal beef with Funta, because Funta was demanding him to take off his mask and shit.
Come out and face me, Rice!
Aren't we at an administrative office space? Why don't you at least try to follow even a couple rules from the
What did you do to my sister?
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea.
Stop joking around! Where did you take my siblings?
I have also heard that your performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would sometimes enter a... Maybe she'll appear behind you right now.
Is he trying to trick me into turning my... You knew we were investigating... As for Fremine... No, you probably didn't even interfere with Child's escape. You let him go, so you could purge the Fatui members that we had planted...
There was no need to do so. The fortress of Meripede is a pretty pleasant place.
What the fuck?
Most people enjoy their lives here. The only ones who act differently are those with personal agendas.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Child's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate. Fremine has also fallen into your hands, right?
One correction. Lynette is in my hands right now, but Fremine is not.
He's not. What do you really want?
Winnie!
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you so... Eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the fortress's... Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Fremine should also have returned to the fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within my gates, nor has he been taken into any kind...
Wait, you locked him outside in the sea?
I closed the fortress's gate to the outside world. That's all.
Fremine's a star diver.
No, we're still here, so he definitely tried to find a way to come back for us. So we can't assume he might have made a...
But why would I do this, you may be asking?
You guys are an
To have an
ass.
audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. Linney is a great magician, so it's only natural for me to want to have some cards of my own. Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord.
So, you've been keeping...
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all. I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing games together here. But once you started focusing on the forbidden... Mr. Linney, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Fremine is still slowly
What
being
the
pickled out there in the brine. You need do but one thing to guarantee their safety. I would like you to contact your superior, and ideally invite her over for a cup of tea with me.
He wants that bitch in here.
You want to see Father? But why should she bother giving you a...
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, I've heard that the bonds between the members of the House of the Hearth are like the...
Why did you think Father sent us to handle the Fortress of Meripede? This place is basically a no-man's land. It wouldn't be fitting for anyone as...
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame. After all, I've amassed quite the tea collection. I was looking forward to sharing it with her. Both Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina have already received many samples as gifts.
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much pressure you may put on me, I won't...
You people really are difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no Mr. Linney, you have one last chance to invite...
Winnie!
Instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second? From the very beginning, the Fatui has been active. I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then and there, I'd have... Mr. Fremine left the fortress on his own. and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my secrets right in front of me. No matter how...
I shouldn't ask Father to do anything because...
6.
Wait,
2. Time's up.
Risley!
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave.
Yeah, listen to the Traveler. If you can't talk to Linny, can you at least talk to us?
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes? You're here helping him out, and I've already done my best, but that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote, but it still has its own set of laws. Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so why don't you tell me a thing or two about what you found? I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them correctly, and I'll agree to your request. Question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone, what is the truth behind the one about not being allowed to work for 3 days in a row?
The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize... We often see Miss Sigewinne observing the prisoners at work. Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. But the product has to undergo a trial because even Fonta's own The research notes said that the Melusine race perceives the world very... According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place... I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch. But what could Sigewinne be doing during that time?
Oh my god, I don't know. I think I collected all the clues.
The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke believes that only idiots who don't understand the value of coupons will spend them on Fonta. The research notes said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently from... According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fonta company sponsored it. The company must want a return on their investment as well. I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before... We often see Miss Sigewinne observing the prisoners at work near the production zone. It seems like she can perceive the general state of a person's health.
Okay, one of these were correct. Which one was that?
According to Collins, the research notes said that the Fonta's internal reports suggest that there's The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize... According to Collins, the Pancration... The research notes said that the We often see Miss Sigewinne The research notes said that the...
I don't even know. I was just shitting it up, basically.
So that's what's going on. Paimon the hidden rule of the production zone. People are not supposed to work 3 days in a row, and if they do, they'll get strange meat in their welfare meal. At first we thought this strange meat must have something to do with the people who disappeared, but in reality, they were all prepared by Sigewinne, the head nurse. She often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health and makes a note of anyone who has worn themselves out after 3 full days of work. Out of her sense of duty as the head nurse, as well as her genuine concern for the workers' health, Sigewinne visits the cafeteria right before lunch and cooks an extra dish for those who can use the stamina boost. Sigewinne has only the best intentions with her surprise gift and doesn't want anyone to find out about what she does. However, unfortunately, Melusines as a race perceive the world differently from humans, and their sense of aesthetics is even more alien to us.
So it looks pretty to her, but not to us.
Of her lovingly prepared special meals cannot taste the care within and usually just freak out. Are we on the right track?
Not bad. You've uncovered Sigewinne's secret and even guessed her intentions correctly as well.
Okay, shit.
It's nice to know that her efforts have not gone unacknowledged.
Okay, I didn't realize that. Okay, I knew she was keeping. So she's the one. So, because she's not human, so she's making shit that's good for her species, but tastes like shit to us. That's crazy.
All right, now for my next question. There are also some hidden rules in the Pancration Ring, including the one that you're not allowed to.
The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't The research notes said that the Fonta's internal report suggests we often see Miss Sigewinne. According to Collins, the The research notes said that we often see Miss I've been told that the infirmary is We often see Miss The Fonta promoter has been struggling.
Oh.
We often see Miss Sigewinne observe. According to Collins, the Pancration. I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch. But what could Sigewinne be doing during Fonta's internal report?
I must have picked something wrong.
Paimon gets this rule too now. So there really was no... That hidden rule of the Pancration Ring is about how, people are not supposed to bet on both boxers at the same time. And if they do, they'll receive a package containing a strange, blood-colored liquid. People get scared when they see it because they've subconsciously begun to associate it with the missing boxer. But really, it's just a bottle of the latest yet-to-be-named and packaged new... a blood-red drink. It's no wonder even Fonta's own staff were questioning the company's decision-making. The company, facing backlash from its own staff, decided to try to trial the product on a smaller scale, to see how it might... They came to the fortress of Meropide and offered to sponsor the Pancration tournament so they could push their new product. But the Duke completely refused to even entertain the idea. The Duke, knowing how valuable coupons are in the fortress, knew that only total idiots who didn't understand their true value would bother buying. And so, only those who proved their stupidity by being dumb enough to bet on two opposing sides of the same match were selected to receive the drinks.
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the truth of this mystery to light. Although, based on your description, that Fonta promoter is a bit too careless with his words. I may just reconsider my collaboration with the company.
He doesn't like how we
And here's
put
the
it.
final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought of sparing... You'll pay for this!
Lenny, are you alright?
Oh, close one. I owe you...
It was nothing, Your Grace.
Sigewinne?
Though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually fully...
Sigewinne...
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fort. When Monsieur Nervillette asked me to come here, he told me that my job would be to take care of the...
But if you mean what you just said, then isn't Lenny someone you should be looking after as well? Isn't he a resident here just like the rest of us?
But just doing what Monsieur Nervillette told me to do. Everything I did. His Grace knows it too, right?
My dear Sigewinne, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you?
Well, it's nearly time after all. The way you do...
What are you talking about?
Take me if you want.
How touching. Can...
Don't be like that, Your Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss Sigewinne, I leave.
You...
I believe I hear footsteps.
Some space, please.
Ah, Miss Clarande.
Freminet...
What's going on? What is Clarande doing here?
Work.
I'm sorry about shooting you, Mr. Linney. The tranquilizing effect...
What happened to Freminet? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like...
A flushed face, an accelerated pulse. He must have consumed primordial seawater.
What did you say?
Please, make some space. I'll need to give Mr. Freminet...
I'll talk to Clarande while you get Freminet to where he needs to be.
What is going the fuck on?
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute ingestion of a large amount of primordial... Of course, it would be best if he stayed for further observation. Sorry. I am aware that the infirmary may...
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial seawater?
Please, look after Mr. Freminet for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator.
Where is she?
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculations are correct, she should also be waking...
Oh my dude, there's another way to do this. You are an ass.
What's that look on your face? I thought I'm...
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality. Had you arrived just a few minutes later, Sigewinne, how's the situation out there?
The water has changed. It's pretty much as expected. I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any significant amount of time...
Where was he when you found him?
The abandoned zone at the end of the pipes. A good distance...
Closer than I thought. He must have recognized it early on and...
Locking the door was necessary. I don't think we could have saved two.
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reasons.
It would probably work on Neuvillette. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions.
It's a bad sign if you're having to plead your case. Want some tea?
Not particularly.
Fine, I'd like to get some tea. Want me to get you a cup?
Might as well then, I suppose. Actually, do you have a towel?
Linny, are you okay?
I'll be fine.
Are you sure?
My hands and feet are still a...
I'm back, everyone.
Lenny! Huh? Freminet?
He'll be fine. But for now...
There was another way of doing this, dude.
His breathing's beginning to slow down.
Give me a hand and help me get him to the...
Yeah, I'll take him from this side.
On it. Traveler, you seem pretty worried about him.
The Duke and Clarande are gone.
They probably went to get some tea. The Duke will explain the truth in just a bit.
What the fuck is going on? Like, honestly?
Billy,
Oh God, who is that? Ellie Pepperoni. Hi.
Washoop.
No, I'm still trying to figure out who you are. What's up?
What happened?
What do you mean, what happened? We're on the second, like, we're almost, I think we're close to finish the new Archon quest. So if you haven't finished the new Archon quest, that 4.1 update, spoilers ahead.
What happened with you?
Oh, this? So I explained it to her earlier viewer, Nine the Spy. I have sleep apnea. So I need a mask to sleep. Of course, I'm not sleeping. So the way that my machine works is that the insurance company pays the rent for it daily. So I have to use the mask every day for a minimum of 4 hours. If I miss too many days, they'll repo the machine and say you either gotta reapply to get it back or pay $3 grand right now. So to avoid my shit getting repoed, I gotta use it. I'm trying to remember who you were, Ellie Pepperoni. Like, there's a specific name you had, and I'm trying to remember it.
Use it while stream, also laugh.
Yeah. Do I have you on Twitter? Like, I'm trying to remember who you are.
Yeah, laugh.
I have you on Twitter? Who are you? Like, what's your name? I forget who you are.
Guess.
Tobias? I don't know if that means I'm right or wrong. Is it Tobias? Or is it like Saffrix and C-Rax from Twitter, the two lesbian couples?
The emote give it all.
The emote give it all. I don't know what that means. That doesn't help me. Oh God, it's getting so hot in this room.
You also guess it, but you not sure.
He's awake. Fremine, how do you feel?
Is it Tobias? Are you Tobias? Just message me on Twitter right now if I follow you on Twitter. Just message me right now.
Lynette.
It'll help me so much.
We're all here.
Where?
Yeah, it's me.
The
Laugh.
infirmary
So
at the
it's
Fortress of
Tobias?
Meripede, Mr.
You're
Fremine.
Tobias? Why didn't you
And
change
you
your
are
name,
no
bro?
longer in any danger. How do you feel? Don't...
Traveler. The sea. There's something wrong with the seawater.
Shh, it's okay. We can talk about it after you've recovered.
No, listen to me. This is really serious. There's primordial seawater mixed into the regular seawater. I don't know why it's there, but no one should touch it.
I don't know, laugh.
Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now.
A debate test? A cutscene, or we're doing a debate trial? Debate? Or cutscene? Anime cutscene or trial? It's gonna be a trial.
I'm in. Where could Master Child be?
It's gonna be a trial? Yep, my boy. What fucking sword did they give you? But why are you holding it like that? The Royal Greatsword?
Inputting you on background.
Yay. Upon damage, you're gonna put it increase crit rate.
In playing FH5.
FH5. What the fuck is FH?
Forza Horizon 5.
Ew.
This mechanism looks like it's been tampered with. Could he have done it?
Laugh.
It's like a Rare Bad's game or something.
It's getting stuck on something. Seems like I'll have to avoid those obstacles while I turn it.
You could have made this easier. Door of Resurrection combat?
This is where the water starts. Master Child probably...
You don't like racing games?
The
Laugh.
vegetation here is a bit more sparse. These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them, and recently. I should be going in the right direction.
No, racing games are just not my... I feel like just driving as a whole has just
There are
sucked in
traces
gaming
here
lately.
too. I need to keep going. Huh? The traces are gone. But I don't see where he could have gone from here. Wait. What the... My heart is racing, and it's getting harder and harder to breathe. What's going... No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it.
Oh shit. Oh, we're racing against the clock? Oh shit. Oh shit, it's a death race. Oh fuck. Oh god, wow. Wow. Why? Oh shit. Oh shit. Dolphin it. Oh fuck.
I can't die here. I have to push on.
So, in other words, the trail you were following vanished, and...
That's right. I tried my best to swim back, but I had already put...
Miss Clarand brought you back, but we also don't know why she just suddenly...
Miss Clarand, you say?
You're still too weak for Monet. Miss Lynette is right. I believe Miss Clarand will stay here as a guest.
A guest? Then I can assume right...
You should ask His Grace about that. He'll be able to explain...
Yeah, it's about time he actually told us what's going on. Wanna come with us, Linny?
No, please go on without me.
Linny.
The logical part of my brain is aware that we're safe right now, but I still can't bring myself...
Understood. In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you. The Traveler and I are going to head out for now. As long as you stay in here, I don't think you'll be...
Thank you.
Alright, let's see if we can fucking finish this damn thing. Fuck. It's not a bad chapter. It's just like I hate these like cutscene simulators, bro.
Excuse me.
Answers now,
I take it Mr.
jackass.
Fremonet's condition has stabilized?
Of course. I wouldn't have left the infirmary otherwise.
I've been expecting those two, but might I inquire as to the purpose of your visit, Miss Siegeween?
I wanted to check up on Miss Clarand. How are you feeling?
Mostly fine, I think.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another quick physical exam. It'll just take a few minutes.
All right. Thank you for looking out for me. I'll take my leave for now, then.
Well, want to explain yourself, Risley?
Of course, but I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. How about... where should I begin? How about you start by asking me any questions you have? You can start with whichever one.
Then Paimon will begin. Did you know about Lenny's goals from the very beginning?
No. I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their specific goals, I only figured those out as you made progress on your investigation.
You managed to monitor and stay ahead of them even though you didn't know what they were trying to do?
They came here with ulterior motives. I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of behavior signals. Initially, I thought their goal was just to investigate Child's disappearance. Linny suggested that I had deliberately let him escape, but in truth, I didn't really do anything special to help or hinder him while he was here. Everything he did, from finding helpers to... Of course, it's inevitable that the Knave would make a big deal out of her fellow Harbinger's unexplained disappearance. I'm also quite curious about where that Harbinger went. So I figured I might as well let the Fatui do their own investigative work.
So you were hoping Lenny's group would just do it?
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. I assume that Fremonet has told you already, the ratio of primordial seawater around the fortress of Meripede is on the rise. The Forbidden Zone has always been Lenny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him. I began to intervene out of concern for your safety, and also to prevent the fortress from becoming entangled in more irksome matters.
Are the rumors true? That you're also a former criminal?
Now, why would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind of sentence unto itself? Another form of prison?
Oh, right. Paimon wanted to ask, who invited...
Me, of course. I paid her good mora to come down to the fortress for some field work. As a champion duelist, Miss Cloran could be considered to be an independent party. I needed to find an exceptionally capable person to help me get through the impending crisis.
And saving Fremine was...
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is due, that boy is quite adept at diving. Had conditions not been as hostile as they were, he probably would have found the missing Harbinger already. That's not something you should be asking after. Neuvillette only asked you to... All I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden Zone had nothing to do with the Harbinger's disappearance. That should be clear now that you've spoken to Fremine.
But we've already uncovered that there's something wrong with the infirmary, and we've answered a bunch of questions that you threw at us. Isn't it
You make a compelling case. Do you really want...
Yeah, Paimon really wants to...
Even if the truth may not be pleasant? Follow me.
The fuck are you people doing down here? Where the fuck did we go? Oh, you left?
There's a hidden door here? And a whole basement behind it? Huh. You're pretty good at hiding stuff, Risley.
It seems you've forgotten just what kind of place... Stand on the central plate.
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or... Whoa!
I swear, if I see a giant fucking demon whale, I'm gonna lose my shit.
So, this is the Forbidden Zone? Honestly, for a place so well... What a huge door!
There are 3 such isolation gates in total. Generally speaking, I'm the only one who's allowed to go inside. Hence, am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and tell your little...
Well,
Well, I'd advise you wait until you've seen the whole truth.
The fuck you got down here? A fucking abyss portal?
Huh. So there's a switch on the side.
Stand back.
Whoa. They all just went up one by one.
Go on, have a...
It better not be forbidden knowledge, I swear to...
I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meripede. Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it, but it'd also be risky and negligent to simply ignore any potential The readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid eyes on this place. But over the past year, the needle has crept upwards from its original position, likely because some parameter it's been tracking has changed, if only infinitesimally. Normally, I would have ignored it, but I happened to have some free time when I noticed it, so I investigated. Any guesses what the reading could be tracking? Very reasonable guesses. I've considered both of those as well. The temperature should vary with weather and climate changes, so for something that rarely shifts, the water pressure is more likely. We ran a few tests to increase. Later on, a few more possibilities occurred to me, such as a potential connection with the primordial sea. I began to make Over the past few days, the needle has moved again. With that, and the symptoms that Fremine displayed after leaving the fortress, I can now confidently conclude that the readings represent the concentration of primordial seawater in the seawater nearby.
The concentration of...
And that is precisely the problem. We're at the bottom of the sea, and now we're surrounded by toxic seawater. Somehow, primordial seawater got mixed in, and the concentration is steadily rising. Yes.
But forget about the two of us. Not even Neuvillette knows where the primordial sea could be, much less where we could find and plug a leak. Oh.
Seems like you've figured it out. I believe the primordial sea lies directly beneath this sluice gate. For some reason, the primordial seawater levels have risen significantly, and it's now very close to us.
Okay, crazy theory. As we saw the first episode, Child said that before he was given his electro delusion, he earned himself a hydro vision after defeating a giant primordial whale. And because of the fact that he is trial by combat, he will settle anything by a trial by combat. He got hydro vision. I thought the giant bones in Fontaine was that whale. So what if, at the moment Child came to Fontaine, he said his hydro vision is stopped working. So he gave it to us, and now he's mostly using his electro delusion. So what if the sin he was guilty of, the sin that the justice machine found him guilty of, was murdering a primordial god of the primordial sea, and with the death of that whale god, the sea pressure is building and building, and there's no god to regulate it. What if Child is guilty of indirectly starting the apocalypse that's going to destroy Fontaine? What if it was because of Child's murder of that god to prove himself stronger, that there's a prophecy that all of Fontaine will drown under the primordial sea, leaving only the Archon behind to cry in her solitude?
The indicators are now red. Although the gate still stands, some primordial seawater has already leaked out, and if this continues, soon it will no longer be able to hold back the... Yeah, you know what the legends say. If this place falls, then everyone in Fontaine will be turned into puddles in the span of a night.
But that's just too weird. Why would the Fortress of Mer...
Your expression tells me you think this might be part of a vast, complicated conspiracy. It's just that the secret of the Forbidden Zone had been long forgotten by the nation before I rediscovered it with my research. There's no single founder of the Fortress of Meripede in any traditional sense. What we know about its history has been left to us by the people who used to live here. When the previous Hydro Archon, Egeria, ruled the land, all convicted criminals from Fontaine were exiled. The people drove the criminals away like a wolf pack chasing away the banished. The criminals received no sympathy of any kind from the people. They were exiled to the desolate seaside, where they experienced only pain. Some of them began to repent, and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do. The Hydro Archon took pity on them, and said, "You may go guard my secret, deep underneath the waves." And so, leaning on the power of the Hydro Archon, they gathered underneath the sea, and began to build a fortress. They became a community down there in the deeps. As the number of exiles increased, more and more people joined the community. When the first group of exiles died, they left the yet unfinished fortress to their successors. The Hydro Archon continued to lend her support, allowing the fortress and what it stood for to continue growing ever larger. And with that, the people here stopped referring to the fortress as a prison. They saw themselves as repenting sinners who would regain their freedom once they had sufficiently redeemed themselves. But as time went on, people also realized that the fortress was a lonely place. Once they had gotten used to life here, they could no longer feel comfortable living in the overworld. Once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their withered souls fade away after many, many centuries. Few people still remember the reason for the fortress's founding. Now they just see it as an integral pillar of Fontainian society, as the place where criminals deserve to be sent. Now and again, researchers manage to break one law or another and live out their days in the fortress. I learned all this from an elderly historian. Everyone else just thought he'd made it all up.
But now you know every part of that history.
Indeed. That's just as the prophecy says. If this gate... To be frank, not really. But sadly, that hasn't stopped this prophecy from proving all too accurate. Prophecies are troublesome things. Just hearing one will create the first wave of panic. Seeing signs of it will bring about the second, and actually witnessing it in real time, the third. Let's go somewhere else.
Bro, I need to know what the fuck Child is. Child is somehow involved in all of this. Oh, I could take off my mask now. 6:15.
This is it.
Your Grace, perfect timing. The results from our last round of experiments have...
Wait, Jurier, he's not alone.
Huh? Lorvine and Jurier?
No need to panic, you two. I've already told them about our plan.
What? After you warned us not to tell a single soul about any of this?
I'm skeptical as well. Are you sure they are trustworthy?
The results speak for themselves, don't they? These two may already know more than you could ever imagine.
All right then, if Your Grace insists.
They seem harmless enough, so I'll trust them for now.
Well, how about some reintroductions? This is Jurier, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute. He used to work under Edwin. I trust that you've heard of Edwin? Good. Saves me a bit of time explaining. Edwin's main areas of research were archaeum and gravimeters. As his assistant, Jurier is quite familiar with them as well. I hired him to be my technical consultant.
You want to blow up the fortress of Meripede?
Makes sense.
What a lovely idea.
Gotta admit,
Guys, focus! Focus!
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my technical consultants. While Jurier used to be Edwin's assistant, she used to be Jurier's assistant.
Ooh, are they together?
See, everyone keeps asking this question. Are you too sure you're not a couple and just using your work as a convenient cover?
Your Grace!
If I dated her, I'd officially be madder than Edwin.
Jeez, forget I said anything then.
You two hate fuck.
Follow me.
That's canon to me. You two hate fuck. You be fucking her ass so rough.
There's another door that goes right up.
Your constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
But Paimon really thinks everything's super cool.
Well, let's spice it up a bit. And here you go.
Giant whale. This is Rapture?
What a huge ship? This is also a production zone that Paimon's never...
How much do you know about Fontaine? Well, then maybe you haven't heard the story of ancient Lemuria. To give you a quick rundown, Fontaine used to be ruled by the Lemurian dynasty. According to legend, the Lemurian king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seer Sibila, who had taken on the form of a golden bee. Taking the golden bee with him and riding on a huge ship, the Fortuna, he created his nation above the surging waves. He called his nation Lemuria and used the Fortuna to incessantly search for new tribes and islands, calling on them to join his empire.
There's a ship in this story too?
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People believe that hope can always be found at...
Do you believe that too?
To a point, I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor, materials, and technology at my disposal. Certainly can't hurt. So the moment I began to speculate that the primordial sea might lie underneath the gate...
Were you inspired by the legendary...
Maybe. Fontainians need something to hold on to cope with the impending disaster. Were the workers to find out the truth behind this ship, riots would destroy the fortress faster than any catastrophe. As the fortress's administrator, I'd never make such a wreck. All right, that's enough talking for now. I'll need another 3 cups of tea to... Seems like you're good.
So he's gonna Noah Ark his people the fuck out of here.
I'll leave you here for now.
Oh,
No worries. But don't forget, it's up to you whether or not you want to share what you just saw. What you do from here on out will likely affect those three as well.
yeah. We'll put a lot of thought into it for sure.
Great. I look forward...
Remember, Linnell said that his group's main objective is to stop this prophecy from coming true. So we have to tell them. Linnae would literally betray the Fatui if it meant saving Fontaine. So we gotta tell them. Keeping it a secret would just hurt the redemption of his group.
We're back!
Welcome back.
How can you be so much like Risley? Oh,
Huh. Actually, now that while I was sedated, I could still barely hear two people talking next to me.
Must have been Risley and C.
Yeah, I heard one male voice and one female, so...
I really can't make sense.
So, Traveler, Paimon, were you able to learn anything from Risley?
yeah, he explained everything.
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculations? Yeah, I took the time.
Nobody else is around, and Miss Sijwin is also busy with something.
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself 3 questions. Firstly, why was Fremine affected by the primordial seawater? It was because he dove into the sea. My theory is, the
Ooh, he's good.
That's our Lenny.
Secondly, Risley's attitude changed dramatically during the course of our stay here. He ignored us completely at first. I spent quite a long time thinking about this. If he has been monitoring the Fatui since the very beginning... What's more, the Fortress of Meripede is not part of Fontaine's court system, nor does it report to UDEC. As long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Child's disappearance, Father can use it to pressure the Fontaine authorities. And while the two... If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself. It's likely related to the secret of the infirmary, but I just can't think of what it could be.
You're super...
Thanks so much. Then finally, if Risley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know for now is that his plan probably has something to do with the changing nature of the seawater. That can't be the full extent of what he's... I don't have enough information, so I have no idea what...
Oh, you don't even get to decide.
The sea will engulf every...
Could Risley have wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to deal with this crisis? If you remember, I once mentioned that Father sees the House of the Hearth as her base of operations, and she...
Or perhaps he didn't know, and just wanted to bring Father over to his side?
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I understand the two of you have already aided us far if you ever need anything else going forward, though you may not share the sentiment, after...
You have my gratitude.
Thank you for protecting Lenny when it really...
Why are you being so formal all of a sudden?
Given your strength, you...
Aw, the sound of that... Paimon's hungry.
Oh,
Alright, then we'll catch you guys enough...
Oh, man. We still haven't found fucking child yet.
It's time for dinner. Welfare meals now being served at the...
Come on, let's go pick up ours as well.
Traveler Paimon, over here.
Are you here for dinner too, Missy?
And I'm taking the opportunity to
Huh. You're right. She's actually
What would you like to eat? Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like.
Me too. Don't forget...
No problem. Just...
Oh, right.
So delicious. Paimon's so happy. Paimon,
Feeling full yet? How's the food?
delicious.
I'm so glad.
Sigewin, do you do this to help your
A bit of both, I suppose. I'm a Melazine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking if I...
You're really good at taking care.
Really? You reminded...
Oh, and what did you mean back in Risley's office? When you said that...
Oh, that. I just asked His Grace to look out for those children, especially that diver boy. I was getting a bit worried after hearing... Thankfully, Glorand is very strong and managed to save him in the nick of time. His Grace also sealed the pipes after... Although the path was blocked, we still stationed some guards there to stop anyone from approaching. They were instructed to only open the door... Oh, and I was keeping an eye on Mr. Linney as well. We had to press him, but we couldn't allow him to be...
You were all super considerate and really thought it...
It's just what we do down here at the fortress. At least this has been His Grace... Oh, I really wish Monsieur Nervula would come down here more often, too. Get a good night's rest, you two.
Oh, man. We gotta report all this to fucking him. We still haven't found Child yet. Excuse me.
So much has happened. Paimon's super sleepy.
We still have about, like, what, 30 days left in our prison sentence, unless we get relieved early.
Delicious.
Out of my way! Get out! What happened? Why is everyone run? No idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking!
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I was wrong. This ain't no way we're not having a boss this chapter. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way.
What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye!
Hey, wait! What's wrong with these people? They won't even talk to us.
They're here! Yeah, there you are!
Oh, thank goodness!
What's
Crystal and
happening?
Laveroon, do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly wrong. Laveroon was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks. Haven't you heard all the stories like that? An evacuation is successfully completed. Yet you only find out once you do a head count that wandered...
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that up? What?
Hey, shut...
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us. Yeah, he said to get as far away as possible, upwards and outward.
Oh no, it can't be that thing!
Whoa, wait, what? What? Hey, where are you go...
We have to go find the Duke! You two just go and get out! Go on without us!
Hey, hey! Be careful!
I'm telling you, Child's in that shit.
Please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
Child got sucked into that shit. It's something to do with the primordial whale he fucking killed. Because he said when he got his vision, he got it after killing a primordial whale in the abyss. And he inspired his ult attack on that whale he killed. And we're not from Fontaine, so that shit won't hurt us.
They're here.
Just like I said. You're just in time. But be ready to run.
There ain't no fucking way we're gonna play without a boss fight. Dude, I hope you're not from this nation, bro. I hope you're from Cesnaya or some shit in your DNA.
3, 2, 1.
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense. The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
What are you two fighting? It's just running water. You should have got another cryo person, not Electro. I'm telling you, I think Child is like becoming a new Abyssal Lord or some shit. That was because of Child. Child's doing something. Something's calling to him.
Neuvillette?
Traveler, I need you to head to the Opera House. Farina will soon be meeting with the knave there. You must protect Farina, and make sure she doesn't spend too much time alone with her. Will do. You have...
Ain't no fucking way the Vatu's gonna invade.
Look, there are a ton of Fatui and Palais Mermonia people. Are you two the traveler in Paimon? Monsieur Nerve, though I'm sure he's already explained, this should be a mostly cordial conversation.
Will our boss fight be her? Imagine. We already have a new weekly Fatui boss fight. We don't have a Fatui boss fight with fucking... No, it was Scaramouche anyway, yeah. Scaramouche was the boss fight of Cimmeral. Signora was Inazuma. I don't think we have a Fatui fight in Mondstadt. Yeah, we don't. But we have Child and Leeway, Signor, and Scaramouche and Simmer.
So you two are the honored guests Miss Farina mentioned.
Of course, of course. How could they not attend him?
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments.
I've already prepared seats for you. Come.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for... See this? This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores. There are only 16...
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
That's good to hear. So what Child said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste in... I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's suddenly gone missing. I'm really worried about his...
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something.
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Farina. Oh, against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, he just never imagined he'd run into such a person. Coming from you, that's...
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this news somewhat earlier.
Well, in any case, there's no need to worry.
Oh, and just...
Because we found evidence that proved he left the Fortress of Mirapede.
And where did he go after leaving the fortress?
What?
The Fortress of Mirapede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate, he must have had to swim for it. Do you have any... Ah, that is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. Since he... Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya...
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are accurate, it doesn't...
Hold on. The water...
I suppose this is also a sign of things to come.
Huh? I don't quite...
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
A day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled, and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day! This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race. A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe. This sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
I was honestly expecting a boss fight. Like some kind of tentacle monster or some shit, you know? Or abyssal motherfuckers popping up. The Abyss has hasn't played a single fucking role in this. Because we seen our sister pop up in Liyue, pop up in Mondstadt,
Alright.
in Azuma.
Seems like the problem inside has been suppressed.
But nothing here.
Let me guess. We're...
Indeed. But only for now.
I win this bet. You owe me a...
Very well. It was indeed just as you...
You made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the mission was.
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now?
So what gift must the loser give? Tea?
He already has tons of...
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal...
That was obviously a joke. Anyway, you've still got some unfinished business to attend to in the over...
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Mermonia for long.
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly with the Fatui Harbor.
Well, let us fight her. Did we have a boss fight for the last Archon? No. There was no big villains. We had that huge court thing, but no actual, like...
I must say, Miss Farina, as the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say, that...
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontainian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven true. Yet, here you are, relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. Do you really think that's acceptable?
They're really gonna use the French Revolution, let there be cake. Misconception.
The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Heart have devoted everything to saving their homeland. But you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, you have utterly failed to take action.
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your act—
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may be harboring the Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us?
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you look down upon me, you have no right to judge me. Fontaine will be saved. Even if I still cannot see the true future right now, as long as I continue on.
Then I ask you, Miss Farina, just what have you been working on? Where...
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They...
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies beyond prying. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are not confidential? Such as your emergence...
Oh,
that look in your eyes.
The emergency response.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Farina, what is the purpose of your Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal? And what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over the years?
The Oratrice? It's just like it appears to be.
So you also have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of indemnitium. But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on, oh great Hydro Archon? Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Nouvillette is not at the tea party.
Yeah, yes, that...
Of course I will. Although, I must say, Miss Farina, you seem quite... Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left, so please... Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake? You too, Pipe.
Thank you. Oh, Paimon's super
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also... it is getting late. Why don't we call it a day?
Very well.
Mind seeing me off, Traveler? We could use the opportunity to discuss Child before...
Paimon's coming too!
Bro, let me fight this. Oh, it's just me. I'm in a domain right now. Nope, it's just deactivate all my characters.
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, Child was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
That's what Paimon thought.
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude. That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings, and informal... I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of...
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who...
You mean Wriothesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. But by the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, you are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to...
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not... Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone short...
Do you require help with any preparations?
No need. I will take care. I need to meet with Farina, a Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of
Oh? Come over here, you little critter, you! You dare to run from me?
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Farina to be handed to me on a silver platter. Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydrognosis is not currently held by the Archon.
Because as we saw with Venti, as we saw with Zhongli, Nahida was different. Raiden, her sister was the original. With Raiden, her twin sister was the original Archon, so when she died, she took the Nosa and she got rid of it. Yamika was holding on to it. For Nahida, Nahida had her Gnosis taken away from her and used as a power core for the Sumeru's database. But with Zhongli, his Gnosis was in the heart of his dead dragon form. Well, Venti, you saw Signora just rip that shit out. So she literally just tried to rip out the heart of Faruna, but nothing came out.
In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
Doesn't seem to be a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse. Is she not actually the Archon? If she's not actually the Archon, that means three things. The Archon's somewhere else. Nouvelette's actually Archon, which would be really fucking funny if he is. Or three, the actual Archon died and was never replaced. Because this is the only fucking Archon that was actually replaced. As we learned from Nahida's story, as we learned from Nahida's Sumeru story, spoiler alert, the original god, locked whatever, transformed herself, wiping her memory into Nahida. Because to the public, Nahida replaced that god. That was the story. At first, in the beginning, it was that god becoming Nahida. But then, when the timeline alteration bullshit happened, Nahida was always a god. It was just that she lost a lot of her intelligence after fixing the bullshit that was the Archon War. So in the new timeline we're in, there was no replacement of an Archon. Because in the old timeline, Nahida was replacing the old Dendro Archon. In reality, it was just the Dendro Archon reverting back to the weakest form, which is a child. But in the new timeline, Nahida was always a child, always that, whatever, in the new timeline. In the new timeline, Faruna is the only newest god. She is the youngest god out of all of them. Because she replaced the old god. She is saying that bitch is not a god. She's just cursed. So that either means there's another character hiding somewhere who's actually the Hydro Archon. Nouvelette, the Chief Justice, is actually the Archon, not the Hydro Dragon, the Hydro Archon. People are theorizing he's the Hydro Dragon because every nation has a dragon attached to it. But the thing is, let's say he is the Hydro Dragon, and there is no other character being the Hydro Archon. If she's not the Hydro Archon, that means when the Hydro Archon died, under some weird reason, I don't remember how, Celestia never replaced him. Celestia has been inactive for fucking years, centuries. So what if she faked being the Archon because she didn't want her people to lose their fucking minds that we are now forsaken, we have no god. Because look how fucking Liyue reacted when they lost Rex Lapis. That was a recent thing.
Who are you? And what are you trying to do? Please don't kill.
The fear in her pupils is genuine, so perhaps she's not bait after all. I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Focalor. I suspect even Farina. Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Farina quietly cried alone. She was so scared that she could not sleep that night, nor could she even bring her. There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon. Perhaps Udex Neuvillette is actually the genuine article.
So, again, that's my top 3 theories. Either Neuvillette, Chief Justice Index, is the real Hydra Archon. There is no Hydra Archon. When the old one died, she was never replaced by Celestia, and so Index chose to choose a fake to keep people happy. Or the Hydra Archon is somewhere hiding. Probably the Hydra Archon probably is the fucking machine that makes decisions. Who fucking knows? But I think the top 2 possible is that Index, Chief Justice Index, is the Archon, or there is no Archon. When the original Hydra Archon died, Celestia did not wake up to replace him. Because as we learned, all Archons are not OG gods. Archons are actually humans who gain godhood. It's part of the lore that if you have a vision, you have a god gene. And once you prove yourself to Celestia, you become the next Archon of an element.
I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively, it might have been hidden in a place that's hard for ordinary—
Yes, Father.
My dear children,
News from the fortress of Meripede. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
Probably the handiwork of that—
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a Harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse to exert diplomatic pressure on the— Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the high— Oh, and I have a—
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as the initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the fortress of Meripede will be a front. Linny and his group will be responsible for the actual intelligence gathering.
So, is he actually your Archon? Because I want to pull for the real Hydra Archon. If Falacor is a fake Archon, I'm not gonna pull for her. I'm gonna pull for Index. I'm gonna pull for him. Right now. If he's the actual Archon, bro, I need money to start pulling. We have to wait this.
You should know the rest. Linny's group is quite close to you, so they wouldn't have hidden anything from you.
You attacked the Hydro Archon?
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Farina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort ever happened.
Alright then.
I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Farina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that Udex Neuvillette must be the Hydro Archon, but now, that doesn't seem right to me either.
Okay. So they just agreed that it's possible that he's not the Hydra Archon. So either there is no Archon, she was never replaced, or someone else is hiding.
I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether Udex Neuvillette or Farina, of course, that is all just how I feel. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to— Ultimately, though, one must survive in order to do anything else. Should the need arise, you don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday.
Bro, I would love it if Neuvillette is the Hydra Archon.
He certainly returned quickly.
He would fit the bill.
You must want to catch up with each other.
Nevertheless,
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. Thank you for protecting Farina. To put it simply, I used my power to force back the primordial sea and reseal. So as expected, the Knave has turned up the pressure on Farina. She's permission granted.
whoa. It can't be that you're the real Hydro Archon, right? But that's... You can't tell us? Then that's okay. We can talk about something else. We won't try to force you.
If by the phrase, you guys, you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics. I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history, and now another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Huh? Why is it raining all of a sudden?
Whenever he feels sad, it rains, bro. Oh, so they're confirming it right now. He's the Hydro Dragon. So they're confirming it.
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
So, okay, they just confirmed. He is not the Hydro Archon. He is the Hydro Dragon. For people who don't pay attention to lore and shit, Teyvat, ancient Teyvat, was ruled by dragons. Dragons were just abusing humankind, whatever. It was ruled by dragons. Then, it was either one or two gods arrived. And they chose, fuck it, we're taking over this place. And two gods became multiple gods, and that's when the gods took over. The gods smited the dragons and took over and then became Celestia. Some dragons sided with the chosen archons of the New World. There's many, many other archons, but only a few would choose to rule the humans. Dalvin chose Animal. I forgot the big rock guy, but he was under Liyue. The giant snake in Inazuma, but because in Asian cultures, because Dalvin's like a European dragon, Liyue's dragon's like a giant frog. In Asian culture, a giant snake is a dragon. So that one was killed, slain by Raiden when that dragon was defending Watasumi Island during the rebellion. And then we have the giant Dendro dragon bitch in Sumeru, where we fight her, where we fight that monster at her heart. She's a weekly boss. And now we have him. He is the Hydro Dragon. So who the fuck is the Archon?
Oh? And what are you thinking?
He's the Dragon Sovereign of Water. He's the Hydro Dragon.
The Dragon of... what? Huh?
Please do not be so... Farina? My apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the dragon
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a secret for me.
Right, of course. There's still some...
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the Dragon Sovereign of Water, and you are... then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your...
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood.
Right.
They say that when the first usurper arrived on Teyvat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
Right, the usurper. This lore is really expanded upon in Economia. Could they really worship the dragons in that? I haven't played Academia. I'm just repeating what people told me. So yeah.
There are 7 elemental archons and 7 matching dragon sovereigns.
Right, yep.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, I know far less of that part of our ancient history. In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Pause. Rewind. He says, there's nothing I can do unless the Archon disappears and that power returns to me. He just confirms there is a living Archon somewhere. Meaning, if fucking Venti were to die right fucking now, Dalvin will become fully powered again. If Zhongli was to die right fucking now, that dragon crazy motherfucker would get full power. So if the Hydro Archon did die and was not replaced, he would be at full strength right now, but he's not. Meaning that Gnosis is still somewhere.
Oh, so even you can't...
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient history...
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, why don't we pay another visit to the Fortress of Meripede? Paimon is a little worried. We'll see you another time.
Take care.
Is that it? Oh, you're shitting me. Are you shitting me? It's making me do another fucking cycle. Bro. I fucking hate you people. Bro, what fucking quest is this? This is so fucking frustrating, man. Please be allowed. Please be allowed to turn these fucking quests off. You let me suspend a quest for the fucking other bitch. Let me suspend a quest now. That was just a one-time thing.
There is no escape.
Okay, so the biggest reveal is that the person we're talking to, she is the Hydro Archon, but she's not an Archon. So according to her, she is not fully a god. She just seems like someone who's cursed. Fun fact, the waters actually match the musical notes in the piano. blocked out there.
You guys are back?
You guys didn't get caught and thrown back down?
And here I thought you'd managed to escape from jail during all the commotion. I'd held you up as legendary jailbreaker.
We're sorry, but...
All right. There's no need to get caught up in the details. We're just...
Hey, it wasn't just me.
I was also transferred to work in the kitchen a few days ago. I can still hear Quisto mumbling to the... Whenever he'd say that, I'd tell him...
Hey, there's nothing wrong with worrying...
These two. They sure are a lot warmer and friendlier than when Paimon first met them.
Oh, well, if you say so. I'll be watching you to make sure you finish every last...
What is the fucking area music?
Traveler, Paimon, are you still doing all right? We're fine, but what about you? A few people sustained superficial injuries, but that's about the extent of the damage. Monsieur Nervulette paid us a visit. Oh, of course, we must...
How did Nervulette know that he was needed?
Well, Monsieur Nervulette has strong resonance with the hydro element. When the water level right, I ran into the bombshell bros while bandaging the injuries of the wounded. They were mumbling the whole... If you're not too pressed for time, just let me know if you get a craving for any... I'd like to take the opportunity to spend some more time...
Yeah, we gotta explain to these people we're free to go now. But seriously, bro. She's not an Archon. She looks like someone who's more Okay, so it either means two things. She's either a fake Archon. Like, she's not the real Archon, that's just something she took up. You know, she's not the real Archon, she's a Elijah fraud. Right? And the real Archon's somewhere else. Or, because they're gonna be selling her as the Archon, you know, in the gacha shit. So what if she is the Archon? She just does not have any of her powers. Like, she did something that completely just made her like a demigod. Like, she did something to herself to demote.
Now guess, what suit will the...
Well, look who it is.
Billy Jones Watson, have a good stream.
Paimon.
100 viewers for 05 only.
Hello, everyone.
Easy with get viewers.
Looks
Pro.
like you're recovering nicely
Catch
from
a
an
promo for 10 free viewers. GVP.
Thanks to everyone's support. Oh, right. I managed to work up the courage to thank Miss Clorand in person.
Whoa, how did she react?
She told me that it was nothing. It was as if saving a life wasn't a big deal to her at all. she also told me not to worry about it.
She didn't want to stress you out, that's all. She's right, and it's best not to dwell on it.
Yeah.
Okay, but check this out. We went back to the opera house and we met the knave.
You met Father? Did she say anything to you?
She said a few things that were, a bit hard to understand. And also that she's looking forward to working with us in the future.
Yep.
Her attitude towards you is even better than what we'd imagined. You should believe her. She has her own way of doing things, and she'll do everything in her—
Mm-hmm. Father's very—
Oh, Paimon just remembered that she thought Lenny was a bit too proud as well. She said that you should learn how to rely—
got it.
That does sound—
Hey!
Are you going to stay here for the next—
Looks like it, yeah.
Excellent. I will host a tea party.
For real? Then Paimon wants a—
Another implies that you were already served some delicious cake while you were up there. Well, next time, you're going to have tea.
I'm honestly concerned now. Something's going on in Fontaine, bro. There's a whole conspiracy going on. Where the fuck is Child, bro? Where's Retsley?
Courier?
Yeah, I was working on...
That's no excuse for... Huh?
They're so dating.
What's...
Lurvine, we're back!
Hello there. It's been quite the mess here recently.
And you? Are you still taking the secret passageway from the infirmary to work on the ship?
Yep. That is still top secret, though.
It can be a bit annoying when there are lots of people in the infirmary, but I still prefer taking that route over the one from the...
I mean, the infirmary does make it easier for you to slack off.
Oh, yeah? Then what?
You two really are just using your jobs as a cover for your relationship, aren't you?
Not at all!
Bro, you two be having the most craziest, roughest, hate sex anally. Hands fucking down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or did I just see two inmates come back after making it to the surface? Some strange winds blowing of late.
We wanted to see how the fortress is doing. Is everything still alright?
We're fine, for the most part. Neuvillette came down and took care of the worst of it.
If that's the case, why don't you just ask him to stay here?
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan. Let's go convince the Udex himself to exchange the courts of Fontaine for a puddle of water in the middle of nowhere. He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to...
He sure said...
Miss Clorand has left as well. She also took her gift from Miss Sigewinne.
Were the gifts milkshake?
Neuvillette got the milkshake. Clorand received lipstick instead.
Those aren't even
Well, it's Neuvillette's own fault for making Sigewinne worried about his health by working so much. But besides that... Oh, and I have some gift...
Are these from Sigewinne?
Nope. They're from yours truly. You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time. You haven't yet served your full prison term, however, so you may continue to use your cell until your term is up.
For real? Then we could stay here for a really long time?
You may access the cafeteria for... Just remember to come complete your paperwork once it's time for your release.
we're still legally in their system. So we're still legally in the system of the thing. So we get to live here for a bit. So Neverlet can't just fucking erase our charge. We actually have to live that shit. Okay. It's only 45 days. We spent at least like 10 of those days. I still need to do the unfriendly comedian because do that I unlock a new area that gives me access to an ore that's needed for another quest. So a bunch of war quests are going to start connecting to each other. Like, oh, you cannot complete this war quest, so you do this one, which gives you a new farming location. And oh my fucking... So I'll probably do that shit off stream. Because R&R quest was just not fun, because it was no talking, no dialogue. You gotta add dialogue to these things. It's whatever.
We're back in our cell again. We're no longer prisoners, though, so it really doesn't feel the same. Sure feels that way. But the truth is, we never did anything bad to begin with, so I'm the... Huh? How did you know? Hey, that's not true! Alright. It's like, we've now gone to so many places together and become friends with so many people. But there are so many bad things in the world, and we're just two people. You're counting Paimon today? Aren't you the only Then let's ask Catherine to give Paimon an adventurer handbook as well! Just our thoughts making. The last time we fell asleep here, we woke up to a whole mess outside
Oh,
ourselves.
that's right.
The primordial
We still have to do
nearly
that
rose
quest
up.
where we
That was
use
so
our
scary.
handbooks and qualify for some researchers bullshit.
We should be safe now, right? Alright then, good night to you, traveler.
Shit like this, I wish there was like a jailbird uniform, like an actual jail uniform, and we get that uniform for Traveler. We need costumes for Traveler, please. Oh, so the fucker did drown. Oh my god, it's the fucking whale. It's the fucking whale you killed. That's the bones! That is the bones on the island! He did kill that fucking whale! Unless the war quest with the little girls, the little thingies, because on that island is the R&R quest for the mezzanines. Unless those mezzanines gives us lore that says that skeleton was left there for other reasons, I believe Child killed that fucking thing outside. I honestly believe Child did this. Unless the quest here says otherwise. That's what the fuck I'm believing right now. Yeah, he got sucked into the primordial sea. He killed a primordial god. And he got called back in that shit. Oh, I did all my bonus awards today. Ain't that fun. What? The fuck is this? Oh, that's one of the new bosses. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's for him. The hat. I don't know. We'll see. That's probably what that fuck. That's probably what the fuck that quest she just gave us. Oh, go help that institute guy. He probably wants us to fight that damn thing. I collected my daily commissions, right? Can I come down real quick just to cool myself off? Okay. I forgot. We still gotta look for these shits. Oh, fucking gas. Please make that ult slower.
Bombs away!
Oh, that's a little bit there. Fucking Christ, that ult sucked.
Ad Astra. Thank you for completing.
Did I collect the other keys correctly? Awesome. That's gonna be for next stream. Cool. I love that because I thought I have to do my fucking commissions today. I'm like, oh nope. I already did what's needed. Awesome. I gotta get rid of this Yamiko thing because that's just gonna bother the fuck out of me.
It's been a while since we last saw Neverlet. Paimon wonders what he's been up to. Paimon has so many questions.
Sure, let's... Where is he? I'm not gonna play it, I just want to do a quick temple. Let's see if we can tempt the fate and see if we can get him in a singular temple. Right here. Because I'm done. Stream's over. I'm tired. I just want to see. You think we can get him in simple? Probably not. Let's tempt fate. Ah, damn. Shit happened. I already have him. Okay, any duplicates? So that can get trashed. Anything else we already have to. This is what I've been doing. Black taste. Shouldn't there be another black taste already here? Yeah, we're good on that. Just those two for the moment. I like doing my single bull. Sometimes you get lucky with those shits. Yeah, but that's the end of it. I'll probably do Yamiko's favor. Alright, because you're not fully ranked up, but you got something. So if I get, I'll probably do some quests just get them out the way off stream. I'll definitely do Leon Miko's thing. I don't care for her. I'll probably do that shit off stream just to get it off my list. But I'll definitely be streaming Novaret's story next, just to see what it is. So, see you guys in the next one. Bye.